Throughout all of time, podcasts have always been about something. But this podcast is the one about nothing. Recording from his home studio in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you're listening to The Michael Popinchak Show, Pittsburgh's premier podcast about nothing. Now buckle up, because TMPS starts right now.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the show. Jason's here, and Chris from the Watch Talk, not Chris from the American Greatest Band.
Yeah, different.
This is now we got Chris about
watches. Is this
watches.
the second podcast?
This is my third.
This is the third.
I know. I'm a recurring.
We did Watch Talk number 1, Watch Talk number 2.
Oh, a recurring.
So
guest.
this is now. One more, and it's like part of the. You're basically.
We'll have to add him to the website.
Exactly. Anyway, so again, this is Chris, and obviously Jason's here, and we're doing another kind of watch show. Talk about watches a little bit. Chris brought this gorgeous watch roll. Do you know the company?
I don't actually. Yeah, like I said, it was a gift, so I'm not sure.
It has his initials on it. It's very substantial. We have a titanium. So tell me here, we have a titanium Hamilton khaki automatic.
Yep.
And it has this beautiful black case and this textured rubber strap, which is really interesting.
Yeah, so that one's got the black PVD powder coat on it.
Yes. Okay.
Which is actually quite durable, I've found. Like even the PVD coating doesn't scratch very easily. So
yeah,
they did a good job with that.
I have a Hamilton khaki, but it's just like the classic stainless steel. And
so crazy enough, those entry level Hamiltons cost $500.
Yeah.
This particular model on their website costs $1,000 just about, and I only paid $600 for it.
There you go.
So
I like to hear that.
That's the thing. Like, I love Hamilton, but $1,000 is like a lot of money to spend on a khaki. So
yeah. I think mine was like $500.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
those like the Hamilton khaki automatic.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah.
Baseline, they're like $500.
I don't have one.
No, well, I mean,
What's wrong with me?
It's
Why
a
not?
gorgeous time. I mean,
I wear
it's
HS.
Originated in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Yeah, here we go.
Well, hey, I got a date just
No,
too.
but
but
you know what?
have...
No, I don't have one of those.
Yeah.
But we spoke about it on a previous episode with him.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was looking into it. I'm like, maybe I should get one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good everyday knock around automatic field watch.
Yeah.
You know,
but my Cuervos are my dailies, kind of.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, you know.
Well,
they
they're
are.
beaters.
They're not beaters, but I wear them as daily pieces.
But I have to say, with what you wear to work and how you present yourself, it goes along with.
Thank you.
I mean, if you were a mechanic at the car dealership wearing a Cuervo, I'd be like, well, first off, how'd you afford a Cuervo? But, still.
Charging too much for parts on the side.
Exactly, yeah. But, also, so before we get to watch, well, first off, this is gorgeous. I'm a huge fan of...
Well, I need a watch roll.
Yes.
That's something I do need to
You gotta
invest
get one.
in. I'm a little
You should
behind.
figure out where this is from, because this feels exceptional quality.
Yeah.
We would
nice.
plug them.
Yes,
And
exceptional
then they could
quality.
send us 2 free ones.
There's no branding anywhere.
Yeah, I'll find that
on
out for you
this.
guys. I should have come a little bit more prepared.
No. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that was-
we're used to it.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna do the middle one last. So that's the Hamilton khaki. Oh, and I was just gonna say, this textured rubber strap, I'm kind of getting into, like with that Tissot Sea Star. I got the blue synthetic strap. I didn't go for like the steel bracelet.
The NATO strap.
Yeah, like very interesting
The nylon-ish.
straps. Yeah, very interesting.
There's a lot more of those these days.
Yeah.
The G10s.
Yeah.
So those are actually kind of interesting. So they were developed for, I want to say, the British Navy originally, and how it got its name, like NATO, we call it NATO today. It was actually called the G10. It was like General Purpose 10, whatever. I don't know what the actual name of it was, but how it got NATO is it had like a NATO stocking number or whatever for like when they issued military watches. So like it just got the nickname NATO because that was like the stocking number.
I like that.
Yeah. So
Thanks
very,
for that.
very, very brief
If I'm
and
ever on
unnecessary
Jeopardy,
history. Yeah, that's right.
I'll remember.
Know
that.
your watch straps.
Yeah.
So
There's writing on the female version of the button thing, but I can't.
well, that's probably like
That's probably
like
just
like the
YYK.
actual button.
It's probably
Yeah,
like
it's probably-
YYK or
yeah.
whoever
Zipper.
organized it. Yeah,
Yeah,
those.
exactly. Yeah, I
Wow.
can't read it. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way to the end because I'm going to talk about the middle one last. So on the end here, looks like we have a.
Wait, first of all, are you going to pass them around so I can see what they
Yeah.
are?
Yeah.
Okay, you're just going to hog it all
No,
night.
I'll,
Okay.
once
Take your
we're
time.
yeah, once
Take
we're
your time.
because I got to read the.
I'm just over here in the corner.
I only
This
have one
is a-
copy of each, so
Yeah.
unfortunately we're
Yeah,
gonna
well.
have to share.
So
Please.
actually, if you bring a watch on the show, we need three.
Three copies.
We will, yeah.
It's
need
like bringing gum to class. You got to
Yeah,
bring a stick for
exactly.
everybody. Yeah.
So this is a Seiko Prestige Automatic GMT with a very interesting dial. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so the reference number for that is the SPB223. So it's from their Presage series, which is their
Presage. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a
I said
really
Prestige.
weird name.
Prestige Worldwide.
Yeah, that's I always thought it was. Yeah. Well, I thought it was Prestige, like
Yeah.
originally too, but and then I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's Presage.
It's Presage.
So it's a Presage. It's from their Sharp Edge series, which is a description of the dial. So all their Sharp Edge series have that particular type of dial or a type of dial that resembles that.
It's very interesting.
It's designed. Apparently, it's reminiscent of the Japanese hemp leaf.
Okay.
And that's where that design.
Are we
comes from.
talking like marijuana? Hemp?
No, hemp.
Hemp.
I think they're different. I don't know anything about plants, to be honest
Yeah,
with
I'm
you.
not
So
a-
that's out of my ballpark.
Yeah, I don't know anything either.
Yeah. So it's like a traditional Japanese design, but I really like the dial. Again, I took a jeweler's loop to that watch.
Yeah.
Grand Seiko level quality by far for an actual Seiko. And it's a GMT, so that's the 6R64 movement in that. So that's
Okay.
their automatic GMT movement with the power reserve and date wheel. I think it's one of the best bargains. GMT, and that's a true GMT too. So the hour hand does move separate. So I like a lot of like they call not like I know they use the term true GMT, but there are just like I guess if you want to say fake GMTs.
Okay.
They're really just kind of like a
It's more for,
24-hour
like,
hand
show?
or like so you set the time normally and then the GMT hand actually moves separately.
Oh, okay.
That's what they call like not a true GMT. So a true GMT is I think the minute, the hour, and the 24-hour hand move together, and then you can move the hour hand separate. So if you're going somewhere else, the 24-hour hand would be your local time.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, would be your home time? So you would keep the 24-hour hand in the same place all
Right.
the time, and then the hour hand would be your local time.
Okay.
So let's say
Yeah.
you just switch the hour hand quickly. That's what defines a true GMT, if you will.
Okay.
How much of that really matters, I don't know, but you don't find them a lot for like the lower price range. But for $1,400, that's one of the cheapest true GMTs I've ever found. And to be quite honest with you, it is playing in a league of its own in terms of quality. So
Yeah. It's a good looking watch. Now here's the one that we've wanted to see for a while.
yes.
This is the Zinn, German watch company.
Hmm?
And when we were out at Jurgles the other night, we met a German gentleman who was wearing.
Well, this was a while ago now. Like a month ago now.
What? Oh,
The German guy at Jurgles.
dude, I don't.
Month
Really?
ago.
No.
Yeah, it was like 3 weeks at least.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah, actually, you could be right.
Yeah.
Now that
Yeah.
God, it feels like
no,
yesterday.
you're-
It's
you're-
been a
you're-
while.
Feels like yesterday. Anyway,
It was
Zinn,
2 times ago at Jurgles.
Yeah, it was. It was 2 times.
Yeah,
no,
you're
you're not
actually
wrong.
right.
Yeah.
They all kind of just
Yeah. Well,
So Zinn is a German watch company. That guy bought his Zinn in Germany.
in Germany.
Um,
You guys like bonded over that.
yeah, I don't really see. I mean, how prevalent are these in the U.S.? I mean, can you go to a store and buy a Zinn?
So no, but there is one online. I'm trying to think of the website. So I bought that off of Chrono 24. Actually, I hunted that particular model down, and we'll talk about that. But
You bought a watch on Chrono. So you have a Chrono 24 story. I've never used them to purchase a watch.
I've purchased 3 watches off of Chrono 24, and I think I still own just that one. Actually, that's the
So
only
it's
one I still own.
SINN.
Yes.
Yep.
Because in German, S is Z.
Yeah, it's like it's a really funny, like very generic name and very generic website, but there is a website that does import these to the US and they're like an authorized deal in the US. I'm trying to think of the
Would
name
you
of the
consider
website.
this a micro brand?
Technically, yeah.
Because it has a micro brand look and feel.
Yep. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Microbrand is basically like it's kind of like a microbrewery.
Yeah.
They just don't distribute to everywhere like Seiko. You can get a Seiko almost anywhere, anytime, very accessible.
Yeah.
Microbrand like Baltic, for example, is a great example of like a microbrand watch. How many stores do you know that sell Baltic? I don't even know if they have them in stores. I think it's just strictly online.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Baltic watches. Oh, look up the Baltic MR01. I think it's called. They made a micro rotor watch for like $700.
Yeah, I've seen
Some
those.
crazy thing,
I
right?
see
Like,
Baltic online. You know,
it's a steal, and you can't get them. They're like pre-order. Like you pre-order, you have like 2 hours to pre-order, and they're sold out immediately because it's a micro rotor watch.
So this is a numbered watch, limited production. I won't say the number, but it is really spectacular. It's a substantial watch. It feels like a really well-made timepiece. Now, you said this one's only available in Europe?
So that particular model is, again, I'm going to butcher it. I think is Giulia Roberto.
Okay.
So there's a jeweler in Germany that sells Zinn watches, but they're, like a large jeweler. And so they ordered, I can say they ordered 50 of that particular timepiece.
Okay.
In full green. So that's the only Zinn ever made with a full green dial and green strap. So you can actually purchase that green strap. So that green rubber strap, you can repurchase that on the website at any time.
I love the clasp. It's very unique.
So the steel on that is probably the most interesting story. So that is tegimented U-boat steel.
Oh.
So tegimenting is, I guess, I don't really know much about tegimenting, but apparently it's a special process that you go through with the steel. But U-boat steel in particular is the steel that they use to build German submarines. The U-boat steel. So it is kind of a special watch in that aspect. It's they talk about the hardness rating of a metal is called the Vickers scale.
Okay.
It has one of the highest Vickers rating of any watches.
I got to tell you, that
Zinn.
That Zinn is a good-looking watch.
Okay, you got it.
Kona, chill.
She wants the best of both worlds. She wants to lay on me and have him rub her.
We'll finish up the watch, and then we'll talk about Kona's situation. How maybe having her on the couch isn't the best idea. Is something going on here?
Who's talking?
Is someone talking?
That's you. It's not me.
Oh, it's my phone.
Oh,
someone's talking.
That's okay. So this is a new development from the Android phones. Apparently, what's her name? Bixby.
Yeah, I hate Bixby.
Yeah, I know. She answers even when you don't.
I want to
call her for
rip this
anything.
Bixby button out.
Yeah, it's irritating.
you can disable it.
Yeah, well,
I know it's just
I
like one of those.
it
It's
out.
just like one of those things where you don't go into settings and disable it because you're too lazy.
So this German guy that we met at Jurgles who was wearing a Zinn.
This clasp is great.
It's gorgeous.
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah,
and there's a dive extension built into that too. I'll show you.
That's a good looking watch. So it has a green rubber strap.
Yep.
But it's like military green. It has in the dial.
Yep.
The second
signed bracelet too. So if you actually take a look, so the only thing the bezel action is a little weak in my opinion. But even though by the way the hands are black and all the indices are black on the green dial, they are loomed. So it's black loom. It's like hard to. You have to really like charge it up. You have to leave it out in the sun for a while.
Very cool.
Yep. Yeah. Kind of a unique piece. I like that watch because it's again 1 of 50, and if you look under the date window too, you can see the jeweler's insignia as well. So it's just kind of something.
We need to step our game up.
I got to tell you that's a unique piece. So anyway, that German guy is an aerospace engineer, a rocket scientist. My younger brother is the same thing. And they actually worked with similar people here in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And my younger brother, and rocket scientists, mechanical engineers, my brother could fix and build and do pretty much anything. My younger brother has gotten into purchasing watches off of eBay, like $30 for like a cheap mechanical not stopwatch, but pocket watch, right? From like the 1800s.
Like trying to rebuild
and
it.
he's literally taken them apart, rebuilding them, getting parts online, just doing all of the. I'm like,
tell them to put the video on YouTube, because I'm telling you what, the restoration guys on YouTube, like Red, I'll give him a shout out. Red Dead Restoration on YouTube is the person to watch, like restore watches.
Red Dead
Restoration. I have spent hours watching these videos because they're just so entertaining. Like, and it's so easy to watch.
How do you spell it?
Red Dead Restoration.
Like one word?
No, I think it's I don't actually know. Yeah, I mean, if you look it up on YouTube, just go to YouTube and look up Red Dead Restoration. You'll pop up.
I understand.
He's got quite a few subscribers.
Here
too,
he is.
He has 600,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's all he does is restore. Well, I think he does a couple other things. Like, if I recall, he like restores like old safes.
Yeah, well, so here's watch us restore and drive this 1967 Shelby GT 500 Mustang barn find. So I guess he found
that's on Red Dead Restoration.
No, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, whoa.
That's on Jerry Hesley.
I was gonna say that's wild. Oh. No, but he'll have like old Rolexes or Omegas or something. Yeah,
I thought I clicked on his channel. I was just looking through the search.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sorry.
No, he's got some interesting stuff.
These are all watches so far. Restoration of Brad Pitt Citizen Bullhead watch from Once Upon a Time.
That was the first video I saw from him, and I was hooked.
Yeah.
Like, all I did, and he doesn't talk in any of the videos. It's completely set, but it's apparent. So I guess like a popular thing is something called ASMR.
Yeah, ASMR.
Which is like, which I don't really understand. It's just like
you're listening to my show.
Yeah, that kind of
it freaks me out.
It's just like
ASMR freaks me out.
I just don't understand it.
We're going to be talking about watches today.
Yeah.
On the Michael Pinchak Show.
What is this?
Like,
what are we doing?
It's called the ASMR. It's like this. It's literally this thing where you make like
and
you make like sounds
some
or whatever.
People find it soothing. So you like these women have like millions of followers on YouTube. And it's like it's bizarrely sexual. I don't know if that's what guys got.
Tell me more.
And what they do is they have their microphone.
Do you like women whispering sweet nothings into your ear?
So no, they're usually balanced.
So here's the thing.
Oh, man.
Some of them have these like audio ear things.
Yeah.
And they like speak into the ear, and then they like rub the microphone.
I don't like
that's
this.
exactly. You can make videos doing that.
Stop.
Yep. That's exactly
like,
what it is.
I just freaked myself out by doing that. I get like all goofy. Like I can't handle it for more than like
I've
2
seen
seconds.
that on Twitch and stuff.
Yeah, ASMR. It's big.
Yeah, that's what. Well, so I guess that's what originally like
of followers
from a friend. I heard.
Yeah, from
yeah. Is that true? Is that so? Yeah.
So he's
what's his name? Rusty.
Yeah.
That's no.
Yeah,
that's,
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That's it.
So here he's restoring a Zippo lighter that's very popular.
I've seen that
on the internet.
Yeah, so that's what. So like I said, he started doing this. I guess it was like meant to be an ASMR thing, and then he turned it to. It turns out people just like him restoring stuff.
Yeah.
So he doesn't speak in the videos. There's usually a caption describing like what's going on. Like maybe hey like. This part of the train bridge is broken. Or this part of the and it's a great video to watch if you want to learn more about how watches work.
Check this out.
He's taking apart.
Restoration of a Soviet military watch, Vostok. Komandirsky U-boat, 2.3 million views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually almost brought I do have a Vostok as well.
6.4 million vintage Omega Seamaster Cosmic 2000. 6.4 million.
Yeah.
Views.
That's what I'm saying. Like
16 million.
Yeah.
Restoration of rare vintage World War II military watch. 16 million views.
Get your brother to make videos about it.
Oh, man.
Kona, you can't get up, sweetheart.
Okay, so the watches you brought are fantastic. That Zin is really, I think, great. Beautiful watch. So,
thank you.
So Chrono 24 is... Obviously, we've spoke about this before. Any watch person knows it's this international marketplace for watches. I could get a Moonswatch Neptune. I would just have to pay, 3-4 times its retail value, and I'm not going to do that, right? So these watch flippers, they wait in line, they get the Neptune, and then it's $260, and they throw it on Chrono 24 for $1,300.
Yep.
Now I'm not that desperate for a Moonswatch, but I guess some people are. Like
we just need to bite the bullet maybe and get one.
Yeah, just pay.
I don't think we're gonna get one.
No.
Oh, that's what I forgot to stop at. I was just in Philly. I could have stopped there. I totally forgot about that.
Well, you don't think of us.
No.
I understand.
Well,
You're
first
too
of all,
busy.
first of all, just to refute your point, first of all,
480
I want
pistas,
one too.
You know,
So
you're
this
too
is-
busy gallivanting around. You know, in your cars and coffee.
This is Chris's last show. Thank you. This is the
my send off.
Kona, what are you doing?
Okay, so let's talk about Kona. I'm not sure if Kona being on the couch is a good idea. So today is Wednesday.
She's protecting her leg.
Good. So today's Wednesday. This past Sunday, we were at the dog park, and the dog park has these benches, but I don't even know what to call them, rungs or whatever.
Like where you sit.
Yeah, where you sit.
Oh,
Instead of it being just close together planks of wood or metal, there's gaps, but in between, right?
Yeah.
So
Like
she's
like a pallet.
yeah. So she's playing in the dog park, and the family comes in, and the son or the husband, someone sits on the bench. Kona jumps up on the bench to say hello because she's such a friendly dog. Her leg goes through one of the gaps, and I don't know if I said Kona get off or something, but when she jumped off, her leg got caught.
Mm-hmm.
So she jumps off, twists her leg, yelps, cries, and then lays there and gets like endless belly rubs. So she's milking this injury.
Sure.
She's not an idiot.
She doesn't.
No, she knows.
She's
what
not
doing.
worried about getting
She's
injured.
She's like
milking.
laying on me,
Yeah.
but he's rubbing her belly.
Oh yeah. She's milking.
She's
this,
playing the
guys.
field.
Oh yeah.
Well,
she's
she's
an equal opportunity dog.
she's not unlike any other woman.
No. So, I also got a new boom stand, but I have a weird situation going on here.
Oh, I'm now seeing.
Okay,
so you mentioned it earlier, and I'm now watching it.
Our current boom stands have an integrated cable. So this cable actually goes through the boom stand. This new boom stand does not. So I have to get a cable. So I can't use this cable without the boom stand. Does that make sense? Look how it goes inside.
So can't you like?
I just have to get a new one. I just have to get another
just
one.
Get like a rubber band for right now and just like,
Yeah, no, it's just
put 'em
I
together.
just haven't done it yet because I've been dealing with. Okay, so Sunday, she does this right. So I was gonna have a mini fridge, I was gonna have new boom stands, but Sunday, I know, Jason, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
There's no booze, there's no
shrimp
mini
cocktail.
fridge, there's no caviar.
No, no.
Yeah, I know. You know what? These mics are actually accurate enough, and they pick up enough sound that you could actually hear Jason's eyes rolling through this whole process.
Yeah.
I started to pick that up in my headphones a little bit. I don't know about you, Mike, but I heard
It's upsetting. I mean, let's start out with something simple.
Right.
Some peanuts on the table.
I know, right? Some chips and dip or
Yeah.
something.
Queso.
Queso.
peanuts on the table.
Yeah. Some airplane food.
Yeah.
Mike, who is this guy? Where'd you find him?
I know, right? So obviously Kona's hurt. Once she
Yes.
gets off the bench, she's on her back, she's crying,
Right.
and she's not getting off of her back. She's not trying to walk. So she eventually does get up, and she's not using the leg at all. And I thought, okay, maybe it freaked her out. Maybe she like tweaked it.
Yeah.
After a few minutes, she was not using it. So I picked her up. I got in my car. I texted you, my sisters, my brother, find a 24-hour vet. I called one. They're full.
Yeah.
These are emergency vets.
Yeah. How are they
I'm
full?
like, what do you mean you're full?
Do
Like,
that many pets get like hurt and stuff?
I have an emergency. Like, well, we can't even take you.
Well, they're you know what? Not only do they get hurt that often, they also have to go to the park at 2:00 in the morning, which is why they have 24-hour indoor
24-hour
parks.
dog park.
Right.
Sure.
So then I call another one. So that one is up not near the airport, but it's
It's a Campbell's Run Road.
it's kind of in that direction, right?
Yeah.
Which would be the closest one.
Correct.
Then I call the one in Monroeville. We are full. And then your mom goes, call this one Rainbow in Beaver. I don't remember where it was.
Yeah.
More up towards you guys.
Yeah.
You're where you grew up. Rainbow says, we are full. She goes, there's room at one in Canton, Ohio.
Canton, Ohio.
I'm like, I'm not taking my dog to Canton, Ohio.
No.
So
Was that an hour from here?
yeah, but okay, if she got hit by a car and was dying, that's a little different. But still, an hour or something to get all the way to Ohio, this is not life-threatening. So on Monday, I call my vet, And I call them at 8 a.m. as soon as they open, right? I just keep spam calling them until they answer.
Right.
They go, well, we don't have any openings. We'll put you on the cancellation list, but there is this walk-in vet on Babcock Boulevard. So I go, great. I'll just go to the walk-in vet. No big deal. Keep me on your cancellation list because if she needs surgery, I'm going to have it at my vet. I'm not going to have it at some rando place. So I still need an appointment for my vet to assess her. So then I get to this place. It opens at 9. I get there 8:45 or something. Mm-hmm. The parking lot is completely full.
It's crazy.
And there are people double parked with their animals waiting for this place to open. So I walk in with Kona, and they go, well, sign here and we'll call you. Stay in your car. Because there's literally nowhere for all of us. Well, COVID and all that.
Yeah, right.
I mean, maybe there was room for all of us to sit there, but with all the dogs and cats, just wait like in your car. So imagine a parking lot, right? Or just a bunch of spaces in front of a building. They're all full. And then there are people parked parallel, horizontal.
That's insane.
So if this person wants to get out, they can't because there's people parked there. So I park behind someone parallel. Then there's me. And then someone parks behind me. So if I had to leave, I wouldn't be able to. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm going to be here all day. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sitting there and thinking, but this is the decision that I've made. Kona is hurt. She's not using her leg. I have to handle this. So I just accept it and say, okay, I'm just going to be stuck here until someone moves or I got called on. My vet calls me, says that this was Monday. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have a 9:50. I said, I'll be there. She can wait one more night. Luckily I was able to get out of there, but that was a disaster. And then I get her to the vet on Tuesday. She hasn't used her leg in now 2+ days.
Right.
And they do the x-rays. I don't know why vets are so expensive. I mean, the amount of zeros that I've spent.
Because they know that we care more about animals than people.
Yeah. And they know my option is to pay for x-rays or pay for them to chop it off. I mean, she can't live with. Right. Well, I mean, dogs can function with only 3 legs.
But she already has a limp.
She already has a funky leg. Yeah.
You know what's interesting? Speaking of, you're talking about like vets and stuff like that, and caring about more about animals. I read the book. I know you're not supposed to read his books, but I read Jordan Peterson's book.
Why not? I like Jordan Peterson.
I like him a lot too. I don't know what people have.
You know what? I have the 12 Laws, but I haven't read it yet.
So 12 Rules for Life.
Yeah,
that's the exact book I'm talking about.
It's in my bedroom.
He talks about the particular statistic involved with like how people fulfill prescription requirements for their animals versus themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like some sort of gap. I think he said, I can't remember the numbers, but it was something like, like 90% like of animal prescriptions, if you will, are completely fulfilled. They come for the proper number of refills and they're administered properly.
Yeah.
And like the statistic for humans, like the same parameters are like 52% or something like that.
But for animals, that's 90.
But for animals, so the same people that people are administering. So like, I guess like one of his rules was like, treat yourself like you would treat your animal or something. I don't remember. Like, it's been a while since I read the book. I read it when it first came out.
What, are people like against this guy?
Well, okay. So Jordan Peterson.
Now we've got a whole other.
He is.
Yeah.
He basically became famous. This is my understanding. He's a famous psychologist from Canada.
Yep.
But he refuses to comply with the ultra liberal attitudes of the university. And he basically became famous for saying, I'm not going to call you by the pronouns that you want. You're not going to tell me how to think. So it's all based on if you meet someone and say, hello, sir, and they go, excuse me, identify as a woman, they get all offended. Well, how the fuck do I know that?
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's going against the mainstream media. Universities are super liberal.
Right.
He goes against all of that stuff. He rubs the against the grain of kind of what he should be.
Right.
Well,
he should be this liberal, and he hates Justin Trudeau. He's embarrassed for his country.
So society parameters,
he would be considered conservative.
Right.
I don't know what he identifies
as.
He's
not. I wouldn't say he's conservative.
But
I would say he's very
logical.
He's a clinical psychologist.
Yeah. Right.
So let's put, but he's a realist.
Yes.
I would say
sensible.
he's a little bit. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I'm not like, and this has been debated before whether or not he's particularly conservative. I would probably say no. Like, I don't think so.
If you had to put him somewhere, like
his ideas are so centrist that today, because he falls so far outside the Overton window of the far left, he would be considered a conservative by most. And so would
JFK.
Exactly. I mean, like people, because he doesn't subscribe to all the social nonsense. Like he could completely disagree about tax, but I have no idea what he thinks about taxes. I have no idea what he thinks about like those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Who cares? But like, because he doesn't think along the tram rails that are like leftist ideology now, he's now a conservative. Suddenly,
he's also like
I don't know
big.
If it's true, but
he has like a big series on the Bible.
I like his daughter.
Oh, Michaela.
She just got married to
again
her future ex-husband, because she's gonna be marrying me as soon as we.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Whoa, those are big words. You heard it first here on the
rope.
She's gonna be meeting me. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be phenomenal. Sorry, Melania.
How about the My Pillow guy? He got like canceled from like Target or Walmart or something.
Oh yeah, because he was a big Trump supporter.
Now he has the cross hanging out of his shirt.
Oh, he's always had.
He's always had.
No,
that.
but it's like, please help me now, and he makes it's like dangling in front of the camera.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll never forget when those pillows first came out.
Yeah,
and they were like when he was only on the info. Yeah, my dad bought them for Christmas. That was like one of our things.
I have two My Pillows.
I like them.
Yeah.
They stay.
I haven't. Well, I don't even know if I still. I gotta find mine.
Buy Mike Lindell.
Yeah.
Buy My Pillows.
He sounds just like him.
Best sleep guarantee.
Yeah. Now I have slippers.
Oh, he sells bath towels.
Bath
slippers.
He's got sheets. The Giza Dream sheets.
Oh, I actually have. Yeah.
Yeah. Egyptian cotton.
Trumpy bear.
The Giza Dream
Remember,
sheets. Yeah.
if you got two pillows, you got a Trumpy bear.
Yeah, Trumpy Bear's here somewhere.
Yeah, he's over here.
Yeah, Trumpy Bear's over
you've
there.
Got one of
yeah,
those.
he's over there. Yeah, look. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. There he is. He's upside down.
We need to simulcast this so we can people can see the nonsense.
We need to start doing a video podcast just for this reason.
One day. So
that and Kona.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Kona
Okay,
needs...
okay,
Yeah,
calm down.
I don't want her to, like, eat it. Like, she thinks it's like
Trumpy Bear.
Like a big toy. I like
if it came down to Trumpy Bear Kona, which one?
It'd be tough.
Yeah, that's tough.
Whoa, he said it would be tough.
Trumpy Bear doesn't have two bum legs now.
That's right. That's right.
It would be tough, he said.
But anyway, Jordan Peterson has this whole series on the Bible, which is very, pro-right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's not to say he's a big, like, rightist or, big, like, right-wing guy, but like you said, when compared to a liberal like OAC or no AOC and all of that, he seems very much like if he was American he'd be he's a Republican, but not necessarily.
He's you know what he is, he makes a lot of sense, and that's like because like certain things, if you really listen to you can get caught. I would say Jordan Peterson's weakness as a presenter and a speaker is the fact that he's very hard to follow unless you're well read. If you're well read, you're like, okay, like I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't consider myself the most well read person in the world, not by a long shot. However, I can sort of follow him, but I do lose him from time to time. And as a practical person that says, that I wish more people paid attention in politics. Not too much attention, but I wish they paid more attention to like the practical things.
Yeah.
Or when it comes to political ideologies or psychology, I wish people paid more attention to social structure.
Yeah.
And I hesitate to point to him though, only because like he's very hard to follow as an introductory course to social structure.
Yeah.
Like if you know what you're talking about, great, he's easy to follow. But if you're like getting into this, you're like, all right, he made a lot of sense for about 3 seconds, and now I've kind of lost him for the last like hour.
No, it's if you just Google him, just look him up on YouTube, and I mean he is this like psychological. He's read all of Nietzsche and he has all of it in his head, all of these different philosophies and psychologies, and he talks like this, and if you want to be a man, you have to be a man, and you got to, and he cries a lot. He gets very good
impressions. That was like a very good impression.
He cries?
Yeah, very
he's a very
emotional passionate person. And very just like, you have to be a monster. If you want to get, he like if you asked him, do you think a child needs a mother and a father? He would say yes. I think he would say yes.
No, he wouldn't.
No.
You know what he would say?
He needs a
he
good
would he would
mother-in-law.
no he would I was well that's the thing too. He would say that and then he would go off for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's like again, and that's not a slight on him. It's because he's so intelligent and he has so much to say.
Yeah.
And he knows so much more than most people.
Yeah.
So he's like,
But
you.
but at the
He's
same
kinda
time,
like you with watches.
yeah, no, I would. He's way far above. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
yeah.
yeah. But Jordan Peterson, I like him. He has a lot of cool things to say, but again, he often goes against the kind of mainstream liberal, what's becoming mainstream liberalism.
He's what we call quote unquote controversial these days, and by controversial meaning he doesn't just like, again, he doesn't tram rail.
Yeah,
he has practical opinions. And in this day and age, practical opinions are very impractical.
Yeah, someone like I was watching an interview with Jordan Peterson, and they asked him, "So, what did you think of Noam Chomsky calling you a Nazi?" And Peterson was basically like, "Well, he's never actually read any of my work. He just hears other liberals calling me a Nazi, and therefore just goes along with that kind of."
Well, there's the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
Although Peterson is very hard to follow, this is what I was kind of getting to. The basis of his arguments or the basis of what he's saying is very sensible.
Oh
like
my
he's
God.
he's saying, she's loving Trumpy Bear.
God. She is looking lovingly into Jason's eyes. Oh my God. She is such a ham, you guys. Even with the injury,
she's going after it.
Just make sure she does not jump off the couch, please. She's been in her crate for hours now, which is why I
was
let
thinking
her out.
about holding her upside down from her leg.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Mike, we'll make
Okay.
sure.
Well, you know how she is. She's small and she's very excitable.
But she's cautious.
She's licking Trumpy Bear's foot.
Right, but she's cautious of her injury.
Yes, she is.
She's
Yes, she
being
is.
like kind of like careful
Yeah,
with it. I can tell. Like she usually kicks with like both legs.
Yeah, she's not
like
doing
against.
that.
Yeah, she's not.
So I think I meant she tore a ligament in her ankle, and in 2 weeks we'll go in. I guess I don't know if they X-ray it again or what. Because like the paperwork that I got, like my discharge instruction said 2 to 8 weeks with no activity in a room with no furniture. So like my bathroom, which isn't practical.
Yeah,
She can't be running and jumping and playing.
No dog park.
No dog park. So hopefully in 2 weeks we'll be good, but it does say 2 to 8 weeks and there could be surgery. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen because the zeros after that number I can't even imagine. But you do what you got to do, And so that is the deal with we somehow started talking about Kona and then Norm Peterson or Jordan Peterson, but that's how the TMPS goes. Kona breaks her ankle, and we discussed the finer points of Jordan Peterson's, philosophy on society.
That's right.
Well, I'm thinking about, he brought some watches.
Yes.
I wasn't prepared for this.
Oh yeah, no.
I would have brought something.
Yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't prepared either.
Yeah, I feel.
I'm happy that he did because we've been trying to see this Zinn for.
I'm
months
thinking
now.
about buying instead of the Moon Watch first.
Yes.
This Diver 300 meter Omega.
Also a green
the
on green.
The Seaweed Seamaster.
Yeah.
Also the green
I
want to
see. I want to see that Seaweed Seamaster next to that green Zinn.
Well,
Which, by the way, did you notice the water resistance rating on that?
No.
1,000 meters.
Wow.
On a watch that was far less than a Rolex Submariner, which is 300, and far less than a Seamaster that's 300. Just saying.
What is that watch called? See what?
The 300
Seamaster 300.
Yeah. It's not.
I call it the Seaweed Seamaster. I think that's kind of like
it's not like the Aquaterra. It's
call it that.
Diver 300.
Yeah, I say I call it that, but I'm sure somebody else did.
You
first
can call
when
whatever
I
you
saw
like.
it.
Coaxial.
Well, because it is kind of a seaweed green though. Because remember last year when green was like a really big deal.
Yeah.
Like we had like the
blue's been
the
a big deal for
the
3 years,
OP39
4
and the
years.
OP41.
Yeah.
They were green, and they had
I'm sorry.
Protect
The
Leave
OPs do
Aquanaut.
0 for me.
Well,
They
of course
do
they
nothing.
do because you're wearing a freaking Wimbledon date just. Of course, an
listen,
OP does nothing for
we
you.
don't like to talk about that.
Yeah, I really.
This is a humble. We're a humble.
Hang on, let me translate.
You know,
let me translate
I'm sorry,
that.
I'm sorry.
Let me translate that. I have one of the most sought after date just, and the entry level Rolexes don't
Listen,
do anything for me.
You know what we're
Well,
gonna do,
thanks.
Mike? You know what we're gonna do?
Hmm.
When we have a guest come on the show, we're gonna list our core values on the wall somewhere.
Yeah.
And number 1 is humility.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2 is Daytonas, and OP is not allowed.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one that you want though is not available as of yet
It
in
is.
the continental United
It
States.
is now.
It is.
Yes.
He knows a guy.
Yes, I do.
Oh, is this it?
Yes.
There it is.
That's it.
5,100 American dollars.
Wait,
The-
really?
The Seamaster
5,100 bucks?
Yeah.
Diver 300M
Jeez, that's a-
coaxial master.
You could have like 6 of those.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
figured I'll get a few. Maybe give them to you guys as like,
You know,
Get
thank
him-
you gifts.
Get
you
get
know?
get
It's
TM,
Saturday.
get TMPS podcast engraved on the back, and
Yeah.
we'll have them
that's
as like
strong.
memorabilia.
That's
Okay, so the guy that did our new intro
Oh yes.
and outro,
Did he hear it yet?
no, but I'm not gonna.
No.
I won't
We'll
play
hear
it
it when he
now.
listens,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll hear it when it's played.
Yeah. So, he does podcast consulting. So I paid him a little more money. He listened to our last show and
Okay.
has given me lists of things that you know.
Podcast.
Consulting. Yeah,
Consulting.
he's been in
Do
radio.
you think he's just saying it though?
I don't know. He's been in radio for 30 years.
I'm in insurance, and that's all I do.
Yeah,
It
and
just says
you know what?
stuff that
I
I know,
thought
like-
I would love to get some professional feedback because when anyone we share the show with or listens always gives us positive feedback, right? You know, anyone who gives us feedback, they love the show, but
Sure.
you know, most of the people who listen know us, so they understand our humor and who we are.
Yeah.
And
So is he saying we have to appeal to more crowds?
well, no, it's just more of like you can't.
So we can't talk
assume-
about Jordan Peterson.
No, we totally can't.
we
'cause
can't.
We,
We
can do whatever
can't talk
want.
about Kona's broken leg.
You know what? He actually said that he got a request for intros and outros, and he said in the request, the person said, you know, because you got to give them a feel for what kind of show it is.
Sure.
You know, if we have this little sleepy like today, we're going to talk about
Yeah.
Catcher in the Rye. Or you know,
Yeah, this
and
isn't
it's-
Delilah's like
yeah,
nighttime
right.
radio show.
Delilah, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like his intro is, "This is the greatest podcast." You know, it doesn't fit like the
Yeah.
character of the show.
Sure.
It's like a theme.
Yeah. So this guy, you know, said to him in his request for you know, the intros and outros that, you know, I do like a more conservative show if that's okay with you. And he said to the guy, "Why wouldn't that be okay?" And he goes, "I've gotten denied on Fiverr. People have refused to work with me because I have a more conservative podcast."
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that I've had that. I'm an opera. I think I've told the story. It was during the Trump Hillary election, and I just came off stage. Okay, no. So he won on Tuesday. We had another show on Friday. So Trump wins, and then we have another show on Friday. I'm in my dressing room, and there's a knock on the door, and it was one of the people who works at the opera company. And he pulled me into another room, and with tears in his eyes, he said, "Listen, I saw your Facebook, and I really can't work with you anymore because you voted for Donald Trump. So I just needed you to know that."
What?
And I'm like, "Well,
That sounds good.
I got to go on stage." So
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Sounds
say,
good.
I'm sorry.
See you out there.
Yeah. So
Sounds great. Go cry to somebody.
I'm still gonna get paid
That
no matter
has to
what you
be-
think.
That has to be
Yeah.
the worst part of our culture today.
Yeah.
Is we're so concerned with who. Listen, I have personal friends. I know people personally that vote for different people and believe in tons of different things that I do.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
Listen.
I mean, really, at the end of the day, if they're
Yeah.
good, if they're a good person, or they do their job well, let's say they're coworkers of mine. If
Yeah.
they do their job well, why do I care? Who cares? You know what? Then don't talk to them about that particular topic. Talk to them about something else.
Yeah.
Talk to them about work.
him and I have
Who
been working
cares?
together for weeks on this thing.
Yeah.
We had great, like conversations, and we worked well together. I don't care who he votes for. I mean, we're here to make music, man.
Who cares?
We have an opera to do.
Did you even ask him?
We have a show. I just listen. I
Of
was
course not, because that's
no.
what I'm saying. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Like, who cares?
Oh, you mean if I asked him? No. I
Yeah,
thought you meant
no.
like at that moment. No. I mean, because I was in my costume and my wig, and like I'm like, dude. I mean, I can't really have this conversation right now. I have a show to do, and even if you don't want to work with me, we're in production, so you can't. Well, first off, he has no ability to fire me. This guy had no ability to like kick me out of the show, which basically what opera they just don't hire you back.
Right.
You're gonna finish
Yeah.
the show. So, like, let's say you suck and just like you're hard to work with and all of that. Well, you just do the show and then the company just doesn't hire you again. If they don't like working with you, and that happens. Anyway, back to watches.
Yeah.
So I understand Jason's philosophy here is that the Moon Watch will always be made. The Speedmaster.
Yeah.
I mean, that watch will never not.
But there's
be
no
made.
really rush to get
No,
it.
it's not a limited edition. It's I mean, unless you wanted like the 50th anniversary one,
Snoopy or
the
something.
Snoopy. So I understand you're like, well, hey, listen, I really like this one.
Yeah.
I should get this one now, and the Speedmaster is always going to be there
Okay.
to get like in the future.
So, hot take on the Speedmaster.
Okay.
Doesn't know what it wants to be.
What do you mean?
I don't know about that.
So-
What do you mean?
Hear me out, okay? There are no defining features of the Speedmaster.
Okay, well, I mean, I could understand.
The broad arrow Speedmaster should be. The broad arrow should be the defining feature of the Speedmaster. It should be. It isn't. Right? I just feel like the Speedmaster just is, and it doesn't scratch any itches for me. That being said, I think people that buy it love it, and I think that's great. And I think you should buy what you love and nothing else, and don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't buy.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That being said, here we go. This is my hot take on Jason right now.
Here we
You
go.
don't like the Daytona. Why do you like the Speedmaster? It's basically the same thing.
No, it's not.
What's different? It's an overinflated, iconic chronograph
This
watch.
one has Snoopy on it.
That one is cool. Okay,
The
so
meaning-
the Speedmaster Snoopy is cool because it's a Snoopy
what
watch.
the watch stands
But that's
for.
not the Speedmaster. The Speedmaster, we're talking
Yes.
the black dial, white
Yes.
indices, stick marker, whatever.
It's what the watch stands for.
Wait, this one's,
What does it stand
This
for?
one's 9600. I thought the Snoopy, maybe the Snoopy on Chrono is.
Well,
really-
because you can't get one. It's
can't
the
get one.
market
Okay.
values like
Yeah, okay.
ridiculous.
So the
They're like
retail's
30
not-
they're like 30
they
grand.
were only 10 grand.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're like 30 on
Yeah,
online.
they're 30.
There's
30,000.
no add to cart function on. Listen, when I was on Cartier looking at the Santos, and it's like
Yeah.
add to cart.
Can you still order the Snoopy?
No.
Well, I mean, right here. I mean, it's on the website.
No,
It
I'm
says
saying, can-
contact a boutique about.
No,
about
I'm
this
saying, do they
piece.
still make it, or is it?
No.
I was gonna
They're
say, 'cause
2
if
years
that's
old
the
now.
case, if that's the case, I better go back and work my magic a
Well,
little
all
bit.
I know is this: the website shows the Snoopy as a watch. It has a price,
Yeah.
and then it says contact a boutique. But let me see. Let's see if I just want a Hesalite. Add to basket.
Yeah.
So this one, a
Right.
standard Hesalite.
That's what I'm talking about. The stand
Yeah.
and the Hesalite, which whatever you want to call it, it's just
and I can use
compressed
a
mineral.
firm.
It's just mineral crystal. But my point, I understand that it's the Moon Watch. I understand that it's all of those things, but it doesn't live past that. It's the same thing as the Daytona. It doesn't live past the fact that it's a
I
racing
think it's better
watch.
looking than the Daytona.
Good guys, this.
I don't think
I mean,
the Daytona
okay,
is
sure,
anything to,
sure, it's better looking, but again, as a watch, why wouldn't you buy Why wouldn't you buy a Bull of a Lunar Pilot over a Speedmaster? It's
Well,
the same thing.
I'd buy them both. That's
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
I
that's
could
the
buy a
point.
Lunar
All right, well,
Pilot
you,
right now.
I forgot I'm playing in a
Yeah.
different league, but
Oh,
Yeah. Okay,
You can get a lunar pilot for like $1,000.
this one's
Something.
60.
you get a Lunar Pilot for less than that. I bought my Lunar Pilot for $450.
Exactly. Why don't you buy this one?
Guys, the Omega
You want one?
Speedmaster is one of the world's most iconic timepieces. This one is $60,000. The subdials look like
60 grand for what?
They're
Oh, Speedmaster.
there's-
Oh, is that
there's
stupid Canopus gold thing?
There's something on the subdials. I don't know if it's moon dust or something. The subdials have a
There you go, Meteorite Daytona.
Yeah,
All right,
something
so
like
I
that.
digress. They're
Is
the
this on
same
Chrono?
watch.
Hmm?
Here's me again. I digress. The Speedmaster and the Daytona are not that radically different. They do all of the same things.
Yeah, but it's not about what they do. It's about who they are.
Yeah. The
That's-
Nautilus doesn't do anything.
All right,
That's
sure.
what
So
it's
if you're
about.
okay, so if you're gonna go on a watch,
Yeah, this
purely
isn't
on its-
about
are you gonna
function.
go? All right, so if you're gonna go on a watch purely based on its legacy,
Yeah.
why don't you like the Daytona?
I'm not. I like the Daytona.
No,
I
this
mean,
is-
I'm not anti
It's not
Daytona.
that I don't like it, but I don't. There's a lot of hype around the Daytona,
Yes, there is.
and I just don't get it. I'm like, okay, like I see Daytona, and I just see.
I think the Daytona
Whatever
for
watch,
the
like-
money is an extremely sloppy watch. I know I'd get crucified.
is.
I'd get crucified by Rolex if they
The Zenith El Primero's
Well,
me,
okay,
is super cool.
Zenith today though, the new Zenith El Primeros, like all the new ones they come out with are just Daytona copycats.
Guys, when I typed in
But
Rolex Daytona,
cool watch though. I do like the.
when I typed in Rolex Daytona, it came up with Rolex versus Omega Speedmaster. So
Yeah,
either
that's what they
either
are.
it's common or my phone is listening to us.
Well, I'm sure it's a common inquiry. I
Yeah.
will say though, if you compare the other two icons from Omega, being the Seamaster and the Submariner blows the Seamaster out of the water. But I'm curious about the Daytona versus.
Is Rolex? Are you on their payroll?
I just wait. Hang on. Am I on their payroll? I just said. If you remember 3 seconds ago, I just said that
It's
Daytona was a
sloppy.
sloppy watch.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm on Rolex's
Yeah.
payroll? But if I were on Rolex's payroll, they'd sue me out of existence right now for saying that.
I like.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
To
don't
me,
know. The new Ultra Deep is really cool, but then they're like, oh, they copied the Deep Sea.
What I
Yeah.
don't like about Omega is they spend way too much time worrying about Rolex instead of worrying about themselves.
Yeah.
See,
Because-
that's kind of
I
what I
don't know.
like about the Speedmasters. That it just is
It's
what
the
it
only.
is.
I will give you that. It is the only Omega watch that doesn't worry about Rolex.
Yeah, it stands alone. You know, I like it, and I
Right.
think it's a foundation. If you're going to start a collection and you're not quite at a Rolex income level, let's say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then the Speedmaster is an obtainable watch that you can wear to any function, and it's a talking point.
So here's my question: if we're just talking about great watches that you can talk about, that you can have a great discussion about, chronograph style. Why not the Tudor Black Bay Chrono? It's even cheaper than the Speedmaster. It's better looking than the Speedmaster. I'm sorry, I know.
Yeah,
Some people like the
You're
Speedmaster.
a big Tudor
Yeah,
guy.
but you know what?
I am a huge Tudor guy.
I need
that's
to have
for certain.
I need to have the first watch that went to the moons. I mean that's what it's about for me. It's not about
Okay.
function.
All right, and
it's
that's
not
that's
about,
a fair
Yeah.
argument. But like that's what I'm saying. What I guess my argument is, like, I believe a watch's legacy has a lot to do with how great it is. Like, for example, the Submariner was the first 100-meter dive watch.
Yeah.
However, the Submariner has moved past that. Like, it is much more of a watch today. Like, it's still improved on its design. It's still a great watch. Like, its legacy lives on, quote unquote.
Yeah,
I don't really think that Omega has moved past the Speedmaster, because like now we're introducing like the Canopus Gold version with the old 321 movement. So now I can spend $80,000 on what is essentially the same watch I could buy for $6,000. Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that doesn't.
Like
no, I'm not into that.
those kinds of things. That's what bothers me about Omega is they are too worried. It's another example of them being too worried about Rolex. Oh, well, Rolex offers the Platinum Daytona that's $70,000. Well, we better offer an $80,000 chronograph that is made out of this material. It's like, why are you concerned about that? Just make the freaking watch. Why can't we just make a watch?
You can't live your life trying to keep up with Rolex.
Man, I feel like the next
Correct.
time I see Chris, and if I'm wearing a Mickey Mouse Speedmaster,
yeah.
like, I'm not going to be like allowed in.
Hang on. This conversation is strictly for a group of watch people.
Yeah.
Aside from all of that, aside from philosophy and argument, I think the Speedmaster is a great watch, and I think anybody who buys it is going to be super happy with it, and I think it's cool. I
Yeah.
still look at them and I'm like, hey, shit, that's a Speedmaster. It looks really good.
Yeah.
But if we're really, I'm
It's a
trying to
versatile-
dig past. I'm just trying to dig
Yeah.
past what is the commonly accepted. The Speedmaster is a cool watch. Let's dig into that a little bit and let's talk about it. Is it really that cool? I'm just playing devil's advocate a little bit here. I love all. To be honest with you, I love all watches just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Doesn't matter what it is, even if it's
Sure.
a Tag Heuer. I still,
Oh, jeez. Here
still
we
love
go.
it. Or a not a Hublot though.
Yeah.
So,
So I hope you guys watched my YouTube video of
How can we
the
not?
watches I
Every
still.
other recommended videos.
Yeah.
The Michael Papinchak.
Yeah.
Mike Papinchak.
He's
Yeah,
opening
so
this and he's opening that.
I made because I got that backdrop and I've been trying to make some YouTube content to kind of like figure it out and get the backdrop working and stuff. And I made one about the watches that I still need in my collection: Speedmaster, JLC Reverso Duo Face.
Oh yeah.
The Lunar Pilot.
Get a Lunar Pilot on Amazon.
It's
It's the best thing you could do.
yeah.
Because you scratch the itch. So I did
A
find this
Monaco,
out.
Tag Heuer Monaco.
I did find this out recently. Did you know that if you buy the Lunar Pilot on the bracelet, it comes with that 4 o'clock date window? But if you buy it on the NATO strap, it doesn't have a date window at all. Total mistake, because I bought on the bracelet because I like bracelets. I generally prefer them. Not always, but I generally prefer them. But I would have bought it on the NATO strap because that 4 o'clock date window really bugs me.
Yeah.
I don't like 4 o'clock date windows.
You know, that Seiko SNX S79, the Rolex killer.
Yeah,
it has the crown at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
It's so interesting.
So I like that though, because it doesn't like on particular watches. I think that watch, it doesn't really make a ton of sense, but you know, really the reason that is because it's the same movement as the Seiko 5, like the dive watch.
Well,
like the
it is a
SKX.
Seiko 5.
That's what I'm saying. Well, oh yeah, that's
it is a Seiko.
But that's what I'm
5,
saying.
yeah.
So it's the same as the dive watches, and they designed that movement so the dive, like on a dive watch, the crown isn't digging into your hand while you work.
There you go.
That's the
Okay.
whole point, and that's
Okay.
why a lot of LHD left-hand drive watches exist. So like the Tudor Pelagos makes that left-hand drive watch. People think it's for left-handed people to wear on the right wrist. It's actually for divers that don't want the crown digging into their wrist while they're working underwater.
So would you get this one with, I guess, I don't know if that's a leather strap, or would you
I
get
would go
it-
with the NATO, or they have like I don't think it's an actual NATO. I think it's a single pass. That's the one I have.
Okay, so you have it on just like the
I have it on the
stainless steel
bracelet.
This guy has everything
Okay, so this one,
except a good opinion on a Speedmaster.
yeah, this one's on
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one I would buy in retrospect, only because it doesn't have the date window, and actually the strap is what that watch originally came, like the actual Lunar Pilot.
Yeah, came on that.
The Valjoux 72.
Now,
prototype.
if you get this one,
Which one?
it
Oh, the NATO
comes with like, is that another strap?
So,
What is that? I don't know what that is.
no idea.
It looks like it's another strap. Guys, it's almost 11 p.m. This is a late show.
Yeah, it's past my bedtime. What are you
Yeah.
guys doing?
Yeah. Well, how long we've got? An hour?
Almost.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
That's a little late.
Yeah. See,
Trumpy bears fall asleep on me.
Look, see, it comes with like tools and I think 2
Yeah.
straps.
Yeah, see, I didn't get any of that.
Yeah.
I did get I got a box, but I didn't get.
The only thing about
Alternative
Amazon is I
straps.
sometimes wonder, like, I got a watch off Amazon in the box. Actually, no, it was the Seiko SNX S79. And I got the box and I was like, I don't know, is this the actual box for this watch? Like, they just like throw a Seiko, like, oh, and actually, so it has a date.
Yeah.
It's in English and then like Arabic.
Yep. Yeah.
Is that-
It's so what's the name of that movement? It's gonna drive me nuts. But yes,
Yeah.
so that's another watch I should bring in for you guys. I have a limited edition Seiko 5 dive watch, whatever. But the
Jason's face right now. Well, another watch you have.
they're not
Oh.
that fancy. It's just, but I just like the look of it. It was the reason I bought this
You know,
one.
this
But
guy, he's like, well, I was at Oars the other day. I just picked up another Submariner. I ordered another Denise just in the mint green. I got the blue face Sky Dweller this last Saturday.
I'm dying over
Yeah.
here. I'm not gonna make it.
I was at Uncle Sam's and I
Yeah.
decided to go across the street,
Yeah.
pick myself up a Sky Dweller.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I bought the watch right off Marcella's wrist.
Yeah.
no, that's right. I did too. I was like, hey, that watch would look way better on my wrist. And she
Yeah.
said, deal. That was the end of
I
that.
sometimes wonder about that because, hey, a deal's a deal, right? You know. Though I guess you'd have to sell that privately.
No, they would sell it to you at market price though.
Well, no,
Oh, yeah.
no, the one
Which
she
for a
had
blue,
on,
which for a
didn't
blue
she-
dial Sky Dweller.
No.
She has a white one.
30
the white one.
white
Didn't
face.
she buy that though?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's already been purchased.
Oh, she wears a
She
white
wears
Sky
one,
Dweller.
Yeah, she wears one. Yeah.
That's a power move.
I told her that.
Yeah.
Didn't I say?
Yes.
I said, this is a power move.
That's exactly.
I
That's
said,
a
you
power
are
move.
making a statement by
Yeah.
wearing this in front of me.
Although Eliza wears a Batman,
Yeah, she does.
or I'm sorry, Batgirl.
Batgirl.
Excuse me.
She has
the Jubilee bracelet,
Yeah, yeah.
which I do really like the Jubilee bracelet on that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Please.
Jubilee is. yeah.
Mr. Jubilee over here.
Yeah. The
I love Jubilee. I love the
Jubilee.
Jubilee and fluted. If it ain't fluted, I'm not interested.
If it ain't fluted,
That's it.
This
That's
show's
it.
going to be called If It Ain't Fluted.
I know.
That's a real
Yeah.
inside.
if
That's
it
real
ain't
inside.
fluted.
That's a real inside baseball
All right, let's
there.
wrap her up.
All right, guys. Chris, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Jason, pleasure. Kona, don't jump off the couch.
We're going to hold her down.
Hold her down. All right. We'll see you guys next time on the Michael Papinchak Show.
Thank you so much for listening to the show. Please go to tmpspodcast.com. From there, you'll find links to SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.